I'm Mickra Hamilton. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Apeiron Center for Human Potential. We're bringing a new paradigm of medicine into consciousness. It's a paradigm that shifts out of the sick care realm into wellness and beyond, into human potential and what we're capable of. As humans, if we have no limiting belief systems that say otherwise, we are capable of limitless potential. So today is really about how we create in that limited potential and shift consciousness to a new expression, one that says that we're not the small humans that we believe ourselves to be. We put together an experience so that people could look at their physiology. So thoughts in the mind are electromagnetic realities that become lodged in the body. And when we put the event together, it was based on research. At the Human Potential Center, we work with all aspects. This is our model. What we do is we work with the blueprint, your genetic blueprint. So in a precision medicine model, it's individualized, but understands that transformation from an epigenetic expression can occur through lifestyle choices that we make in each moment. And so if you look at the bottom of the helix, we optimize 7 foundational aspects of health. You see, sleep is on the very bottom. If you don't sleep, you aren't going to optimize in those other areas. You're exhausted. You know what happens when you don't get enough sleep. And it's very clear that the Western culture gets less than 7 hours of sleep a night. We need 7.5 to 8. And we could go into all kinds of science with this, but we're going to really keep it pretty simple and just understand that sleep is that first entry. Beyond that, it's stress, and that's really what we're talking about today, and what we did in the Google Lounge, and what we're going to show you of the contraction of the stress state and the expansion of that open and coherent state, and how easily that can be shifted in a millisecond from one state to the next. And so that's the truly exciting part of the day. It's what we did at the Google Lounge. So in our process, we have a health consciousness scale. And the health consciousness scale is the bottom 7 foundational aspects of health. And it looks at, in our practice, we look at objective and subjective measures. What we did for the WellShift platform and for the conference here was we pulled out the things that were objective that we couldn't provide for everyone. We left in a heart rate variability measure. So we have a correlation between the scale itself. Let me move on to that. And heart rate variability, we also correlated with the quality of life inventory. And so the Human Potential Consciousness Scale looks at all those 7 foundational aspects. It evaluates, it gives you a baseline level of where you are. It really engages a higher level of awareness. So some of the sleep questions look at, are you exposing yourself to blue light within an hour before bed? Do you have a HEPA filter? Are you filtering your water so that you take out the fluoride? Are you looking at the toxins and the chemicals that you clean your house with, or you clean your body with, or the makeups that you put on? It's designed to really get you to think about, am I doing everything that I can do to shift my lifestyle into that limitless place? Because I understand that I'm in a vehicle, right? My consciousness is here in this form, and my experience is based on really how healthy this form is. We require sleep. We require good sleep optimization. We require, great nutrition, non-GMO food, whole foods, with the right balance of protein and carbohydrates. We require hydration that's pure. When you just look at us from a physical perspective, we know how to be human, and yet have we forgotten? We go to gyms and we lift weights, which is awesome and fun, but have we forgotten how to move? Have we forgotten how to walk and stand and position ourselves over our computers with our mouse arms? So we don't really look into those aspects of health because we think we're just doing it right. And most of the people are doing it right, but what can you do differently to get to that next place where you wake up every day and you say, I can't wait for what's next in this next now moment?
right? So everything only occurs now. When we send our energy into the past or into the future, we're not present. And so all of this, the health consciousness scale, everything that we're talking about today, is designed to pull you fully into this present now moment, which is the only moment that we have, and to look at ways that you can create epically in that now moment. And you know, it's lifestyle choices. So there are 3 category profiles, and this is so different than all of the other health and well-being scales that you see, because, you know, we don't look at you're sick and you're suffering or you're struggling. That's still in that old sick care realm. And so we're moving into human potential. So what is your growth potential? On this scale, if you're between 0 and 50% in these categories, you have some growth potential. And what we do with that is we have educational modules that target exactly where you are on that health consciousness scale so that you can begin in that individualized place and then advance that health consciousness into greater awareness. The healthy is 50 to 75%, and the optimized 75 to 100%. And what we're going to do is we're going to offer this to all of you through the Wellship platform after South by Southwest. And you can take it and kind of look at where you are and see, you know, it will come with specific things that you can work on to optimize in each of those areas that you answered. So at the Google Lounge, what we did, and we had everybody come in. There were 3 stations. They took the scale on the at each station, and we did a heart rate variability measurement. It was a 1-minute clip. This is the new clip through HeartMath Institute. Everybody familiar with HeartMath Institute? If you're not, go to heartmathinstitute.com. 30 years of research on how the thoughts of the mind create the outcome in the body. Amazing group of individuals, and they've tied the science to the thought forms, the emotions that are attached to the thought forms, and then what they do in the body. They have a brilliant new Science of the Heart document that is out. It does a really nice job of languaging all of it in an accessible way where you get the science behind what's going on in the thoughts and the emotions that lodge in the body. So, and that correlates with where you are on that health consciousness scale. So if you're in that place that could use some optimization, the heart rate variability is, and I have some clips of it I'll show you, but the heart rate variability is not dynamic, it's not coherent. The heart is what we say out of resonance. And homeostasis is what is required for the body to be healthy, where it heals itself. And there's no need for medications or interventions that aren't really natural. And so we get to look at that state internally and also hear subjectively of how you feel about your health awareness. So after they did that, we took them into a room and we had 3 stations set up. And we have a beautiful breath, heart, brain entrainment clip, and you're all going to get to experience it today. But it has a amplified stethoscope that picks up your heartbeat. You hear your heart rate. Your respiration is fed back with the heart rate through your ears. You're watching a naturescape, which is just incredibly beautiful. David Hudding of naturerelaxation.com travels around the world and he records nature. And he puts it in doctor's offices and many other places for stress reduction. Phenomenal video. We collaborated with him to bring nature into you, right? So the resonance of the earth, the ionosphere of the earth, the Schumann resonance, if you've heard of it, it's the same brainwave state as alpha. So this nice, relaxed, open state. Mostly we sit in high beta in our brains. Busy, we could say monkey mind or beta head, where we're thinking and we're doing and we're not really relaxing and being in the moment. And so this setup works with the body and the mind to shift its state into one that is relaxed and open and focused, because we're not trying to go to sleep, we're not trying to meditate and sit on a mountain, we're trying to live life. We are living life. We're not trying, are we? We're living life, and really what is required to live that life in a clear way and create effortlessly, it's homeostasis in the body, because again, that power is in the physical vehicle. So it was a 5-minute clip. We had respiration belts and PPG photoplethysmographs that picks up the heart rate. And we recorded the 5 minutes in, let me see if I can, I'll get to that in a second. But we recorded it, and after they came out, we showed them on the monitor what their respiration was doing. We showed them the amplitude and the shape of their breath. We showed them how quickly they were breathing or how slowly they were breathing. And then how well their heart rate variability tied to that breath. When the respiration and the heart rate tie together, you inhale, and as you inhale, your heart rate speeds up. As you exhale, your heart rate slows down. And it keeps the body, if they're tracking together in one fluid system, in coherence, it keeps the body in this beautiful state of homeostasis. Then you can trigger into your fight or flight if you need to, relax and come back to center. And that center is that creative place. So measured it all, they came out, and then we did some education on how they could improve what they saw. So we're able to record the thoughts in the mind and how they create havoc or awesomeness in the body. And we do that through technological advancements, but let me show you psychophysiologic profiles. So there's stress profiles where you hook sensors to different systems. So you're looking at the respiration, you're looking at the heart rate, you're looking at muscle tension in the traps or wherever you choose to look at muscle tension. You're looking at brainwave state, and this is just an overall capture. Is it pi beta? Is it alpha? Where are you generally during this? It goes through a series of 2 minutes of baseline. So here's your baseline state. Then we give you gentle stressors. And you'll see the Stroop Test. If you know the Stroop Test, it's a word that's a color, but it's colored a different color. And so what you're required to do is to look at the word, but state the color instead. And the brain doesn't want to do that. And so what it does is it brings up what you call that inner critic. Oh, I missed that. I wasn't fast enough. I wasn't good enough. She's going to think that I didn't know what I was doing. I feel stupid. It brings up everything in the psyche. And we get to record 2 minutes after that to see how quickly your body has gone back to its baseline state. It really should, if you're healthy and resilient, it really should come down very quickly. Sorry, we were going through so fast, and I'm still talking, but what you saw was that process, and then you saw our three-dimensional sound chamber where we actually do the research and development that we brought today. And we also use Oculus Rift development to bring nature into a 3D realm with 3D sound that absolutely shifts the state of the physiology and the mind very quickly. It's phenomenal. So when we record all of that, it's a 14-minute test. So a baseline, color words, a baseline, a math task where you count backwards from 1,000 by 7.
That was really challenging.
Yeah, people don't like to count backwards by 7. And again, that frustration comes up, and so your temperature may rise, your skin conductance, you may sweat a lot, your heart may pound. You just get to see exactly where the stress has lodged, what system of the body is having the issue. We do another baseline. We look at also what happens when you see disasters. So what you're taking in through your visual spectrum, sounds, if you're hearing discord in arguments or war sounds, what happens to your physiology? Where are you most reactive? When we have all of that captured, we're then able to say, wow, you've got a lot of tension in your shoulders. Do you find that you have tension headaches? It correlates to pain. I mean, it's such incredible individualized information. And then you develop programs around it to work with whatever is the most significant. Almost always, It's the breath, because we've forgotten how to breathe. We've moved up into our chest, and we're shallow, and we're short, and we're quick. And so respiration and heart rate variability, again, those two systems that tie together to create homeostasis, to allow the brain to go into a calm and relaxed state, to allow you to sleep beautifully in that nice sleep cycle. So it's in part what we did at the Google Lounge. We allowed people to see what was happening with their respiration and with their heart. And then we showed it to them. And so what we're going to do today, this is a capture of 3 different people. And the blue is their respiration. So they're inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And if you see in the first graph, you have this beautiful amplitude of respiration. They're in their belly. It's nice and smooth and rhythmic. And the heart rate variability in the green is tied to it. They match, they merge, and they roll together. That's a state that's in homeostasis and a calm brain. Calm brain. In the middle, look how tiny and fast, short that respiration is. This is an anxiety breather. And they don't know that that's their state. The heart rate variability is incoherent, discordant, and not at all following that. It's a system that's out of sync. And then in the bottom, you've got somebody who's kind of in between. So everyone in this room falls in one of those 3 categories and somewhere along that spectrum. What we're going to do, what I'd like you to understand, is where your stress lodges in your body. So we're going to do just a 1-minute exercise. And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to pull a stressful event, a stressful event into your mind. And I want you to, we're going to take 3 deep breaths. I want you to close your eyes. And this would be a conflict. So a conflict with a coworker, you had road rage, you had discord with a spouse or with a child, or something that really upset you but was manageable for you. I want you to be with that and to really feel it and see what systems in your body it lodges in. Okay. So let's go ahead and close our eyes. Take 3 deep breaths. Stressful event fully into your mind. Be with it and feel the effects in your body. Okay, so think about what you may have experienced. You're thinking a thought that isn't present. You're in an event that is not in the now. And typically what happens when you recall a stressful event, your heart may pound, your breath may shallow, your throat may close, your temples may throb, your neck may tighten. All physiologic outcomes of the thought forms in the mind. And so when you understand that your thoughts are creating that effect in the body, you also have the opportunity to shift it completely out, to open everything up through the breath and regulate in a way that you're relaxed and open and accessible to this epic life. What we're going to do now, we have Kyle. Kyle was with us at the Google event, and she was with a group of, there were 3 of them in the room. They entrained together. This is the 3 responses of entrainment. They all had incredible breath. They all had incredible heart rate variability, and they all entrained into one place. This is the power of coherence, where you can entrain couples, you can entrain teams. This entire room, now we're going to work with this entrainment and let you experience it and see how different it feels from the contracted state into the expanded, open, and relaxed state. So David has Kyle hooked up to the stethoscope. She is going to breathe a coherent breath rate. What that means is a diaphragmatic, effortless breath. So we're all going to imagine that the air is coming in through our heart space, dropping into the pelvis. On the inhale, you're blowing up a balloon in your stomach. You're going to inhale to a count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then exhale to a count of 5. Don't hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This breath rate creates coherence in the heart because that's the 5 breaths per minute is that resonant breathing rate of the heart. So what you're going to hear, you hopefully, if the sound system can pick it up, you're going to hear her heartbeat. And you're also going to hear the respiration. There are entrainment frequencies that are embedded in that just move the brain down from a beta state, maybe 15,000, going down to 8, to 8 hertz, which is more of an alpha, relaxed, open state. You're going to see on the screen nature scenes. So if you would like to participate, we're going to entrain that breath. We're going to relax everything open, relax the shoulders, relax the neck. The more relaxed you are, the more coherent you become quickly, which is the idea, because within 2 to 5 minutes, you can really expand everything open. So we're going to play the naturescape. She's going to breathe, and you may find that you entrain with her breath. It doesn't matter. Breathe your 5 in, 5 out. That feels effortless and comfortable to you. It goes really fast. It's a beautiful experience. Okay, 5 minutes seems like a while, doesn't it? The difference in the 2 states is remarkable. Were most of you able to hang in there for 5 minutes and really slow your breath down? As you do that, and you may have found that 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out was a bit challenging for you because you may breathe a little bit faster. But if it is, then you start with 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. You really only need up to 2 minutes of this. You know, say an email comes in and it stresses you out, or your boss stresses you out. You breathe for 2 minutes this way, and that stress loop is disconnected, and you move into this beautiful place.